Lots of interesting matchups tonight. Stick around. We'll be right back with more. Welcome to the weekend, everybody. Let's get it going with NBA action on 2K Sports. And on tap tonight, it's the Golden State Warriors going up against the Los Angeles Clippers. This is Kevin Harlan, and by my side, Greg Anthony and Brett Barrett. And from the sideline, David Aldridge. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. You look at the Clippers, off to a great start this season, currently in second. And, of course, the Warriors, a couple spots below.
And, guys, for the Warriors, they weren't really being talked about as contenders coming into the season, but they have entered that conversation.
They're in the thick of it, and I think they got an attitude that's well-suited for the pressure and intensity of playoff basketball. So when the postseason arrives, look out for this team.
And as things get ready to roll, let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's on the sideline. David?
Well, Kevin, even though starters are important, those great sixth men have been the key to so many championship teams. Think about the likes of Andre Iguodala, Manu Ginobili, Lamar Odom. And still, with some, there's a stigma to coming off the bench. Iguodala said it's ingrained early, but in particular, he said, in the NBA, it's I need to get paid like a starter. And guys, that's a sacrifice that not many are willing to line up for.
David Aldridge, thank you. Greg, at the beginning of every season, we'd love to see players that have worked on something during the offseason that they now have added to their game in the new season.
No doubt about it, Kevin. You know, the work doesn't end when the season ends. If you're trying to improve your skill set, or if you're trying to just put on muscle, that kind of stuff needs to be done during the break. You need to have an assessment in the offseason right after the season. Hey, where can I get better? And then you spend the offseason on that challenge.
Season never really ends. Here are the five for the Clippers. Ibaka is out there with Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then it's Paul George. And it's Beverly in at the point. And for Golden State, they've got Draymond Green. Wiggins is out there with Curry. Then there's Wiseman. And it's Oubre in at the 3 slot. And so the Los Angeles Clippers get the first points of the ballgame. Curry can't get it to go. Now Beverly, the feed to Ibaka. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
And back in 08, Ibaka became the first player ever from the Republic of Congo to be drafted in the NBA.
Los Angeles shooting their first free throws of the night right here. Free throw good, Ibaka. Ibaka hits both of them. Now here's Curry. Oubre outside. Pass to Green. Outside for Curry. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist.
Draymond Green, a modern-day big, and of course we know the impact he has defensively, but for his career, he's only hitting around 30% of his threes, and the last 2 seasons have been well below that. It's still his willingness to take them that's going to keep the defense honest.
Verticality gives Wiggins the upper hand, almost unstoppable once he's midair.
And here's George. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Golden State.
And he also controlled the boards. He just seemed to be in the right position every time the ball came off the rim.
When Draymond plays the center position, though, Brent, 30% from 3 isn't all that bad.
Well, again, we'll go back to the idea of the threat of the shooter. That's going to create more space for all of the action that's happening behind Draymond Green. And, of course, we know his willingness to pass up shots to the preferred pass. That's where he really makes an impact.
Last outing for the Clippers, they won that game against the Warriors. Bounce pass from Beverly. Ibaka outside. He kicks to George. 6 to shoot. Leonard looking around. Can't drop the tough three-pointer.
He missed that one, but I've seen him drill shots from that distance in warm-ups.
Oh, no, I know he can make it, but that's warm-ups, so maybe just a step too far.
Now, here is George. Kelly Oubre unable to get his last shot to go. Here's Ibaka, and that one goes long. The Warriors have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. And the Warriors miss again.
Well, that mid-range, Jay, usually pretty much on the money. Maybe the timing just a little bit off on that one.
And there's the call on Curry. That'll be his second foul of the game. And some changes here for the Warriors. Eric Paschall, he's checked in for Draymond Green. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Steph Curry. And that's a foul called on Kelly Oubre. That's his first foul. Ibaka finds Beverly. Down low, George.
And have to love that tenaciousness there by Wiggins. He has all the tools to be a great defender.
Paschall, the pass to Wiggins. Leonard against Paschall.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The Warriors shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. The first free throw is good. And the Warriors making a change here. Looney's checked in. And then for Los Angeles, Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Luke Kennard comes in for Nicholas Batum. Lou Williams is subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Los Angeles has gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Outside Leonard, the tray, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Leonard's got his third basket of the night.
Oh, no. Just don't let him get his feet set. Leonard has become a deadeye on the catch-and-shoot opportunities.
In the corner, it's Oubre. Good on the triple.
When he's hitting that shot, this offense becomes scary, even more difficult to defend.
Yeah, no question. When he is connecting from those kind of spots on the floor, it is just a huge boost for what they can do offensively.
Goes up again, and he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A three-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
Well, he doesn't look satisfied with the lead right now. He wants more, and he looks like he's going to get it.
And the Warriors with some changes. Toscano's checked in, and it's Kent Bazemore in for Wiggins. Patterson, he's checked in for Los Angeles.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Flattening the lottery odds, Greg. Do you think that's worked out as intended?
You don't hear as many predictions about who's going to get the one pick or the second pick. I think that's good for the players and the fans. You don't want anyone rooting for you to lose.
No, absolutely not. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here. Last game matched up with the Clippers. A tough loss there.
And that was a tough one. They expected to play well and did, just not well enough.
Categorically, you look at that box score from that last game, and they outplayed their opponent in so many areas. I thought it was going to at least come down to a buzzer beater, but it did not.
Up top, Zubac. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Kennard's shot is off. The Warriors trail. Knocked loose. Here's Poole. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
Kind of like playing in the rec league, little to no defense on that possession, and the easiest three-pointer you can imagine.
Williams dishes to Leonard. Passes to Zubac. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Well, when you get into a system, your first system in the league where you share the ball, Kawhi Leonard keeping his head up and finding the open man.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a Finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons, goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
we'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, you can tell they really want to increase this lead. They can't keep letting them take it from them.
And they have a narrow edge here in rebounding early on, and you wonder what kind of a role that's going to play moving forward.
Now the Warriors moving it up. The shot from the low post is good. 14 points for Kawhi Leonard.
The strength and that body that Kawhi has, he finishes through contact as well as anyone in the league.
Kawhi Leonard has been on display for Los Angeles. He totaled 14 points in the quarter. He's given them all the offense they need right now. Earlier tonight, we spoke with Paul George about how they've integrated all the talent on this team.
Everybody has a chip on their shoulder. Everybody.
Greg, that last point is key. This team plays lockdown defense.
And that's a big part of their identity. Most teams talk about being well-balanced. This team lives it.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here. What have they been doing or not doing?
Well, the coaches preach ball movement, and we saw exactly why in that first quarter.
Everybody just feeling the energy of the basketball as they moved it around, and lots of hands were touching it.
They've got Kent Bazemore. Curry is out there with Draymond Green. And it's Toscano in at the 4. That's the Warriors' 5. Kennard with the ball. 9-point game his last outing. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Jackson, and Jackson throws it down hard.
And with a quick first step, Jackson remains a threat to drive on any defender.
Here's Green. Good, and Curry gets the assist. Green's got his first points of the night.
Yeah, they've raised their shooting percentage in this quarter, and they're starting to get on track.
Here's Williams. Lays it up off the glass.
Timeout.
Williams has got the lead up to 6 now for Los Angeles.
Well, even when you get physical with Lou Williams, he'll use that against you. Keeps his balance that time.
Timeout called the Warriors. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Serge Ibaka has checked in for Zubac. Batum comes in for Patrick Patterson. Paul George has checked in for Luke Kennard. And it's Patrick Beverley in for Lou Williams. Beverley, Green with the block.
And Green plays with tremendous edge on the defensive end of the floor.
Warriors trail by 6. Oubre outside. Out of bounds, the Clippers take possession. George against Oubre. And George, here we go. And it goes down 2 points.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Oubre finds Curry. Pass to Wiseman. In the corner, it's Wiggins. Just 5 on the clock. On its way from Curry for 2. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Curry's got his second bucket of the night.
That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court. Andrew Wiggins, kind of guy that people watch with a microscope, but he has cut down on inefficient shots, those long twos, started to take more threes, and using his athletic ability when he gets on the inside to get to the foul line.
Wiggins outside. Outside for Curry. From the arc. And it's Wiggins missing. And so it's Jackson who brings it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Ibaka outside. Here's George. Tries again. Oh, that's blocked.
You can see the coaching staff up there and clapping right now as Oubre on the defensive end getting it done.
Beverly, the pass to Jackson. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. The Warriors have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Stolen by Beverly. 4-on-3 break. For 3. And Jackson with the basket on the assist by Beverly. Beverly's got his 3rd assist on the night. Timeout called the Warriors. And Wiggins looking more aggressive off the bounce. Brent getting into the teeth of the defense.
Yeah, and his assists are climbing because of that. Also his turnover. So now what you want to do is slow down the game for Andrew Wiggins and show him on film where his outlets are and where his decision making can be that much better.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Kevon Looney is checked in for Wiseman. Eric Paschall comes in for Green. And Brad Wanamaker subbed in for Curry. Here's Oubre. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
And the self-described Tsunami Poppy. Kelly Oubre used to call himself the Wave, but as he grows, so too does the nickname.
Well, the wave for him is a metaphor for his life's approach. The energy that you put out coming back. And Kelly Oubre is the kind of guy who's looking to attack with force and fury. So that kind of ebb and flow is helping out his NBA career.
Now the pass to Looney. Shoots over Leonard. And the Warriors miss again. Clippers leading by 9. George, that's a 2-pointer. And Paschall pulls it down.
He's not very hard to defend right now. This is when the defense might step back and let him try to find his range.
Here's Looney. Excellent D there from George.
He'll have a hard time shaking that one off. Perfect position, plenty of space. Just clanked it.
1:15 left in the second quarter. Here's Leonard. Basket made. That gives him 7 field goals in 13 tries.
And defensively, guys, they've been unable to shut down the middle.
Looney, that falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Looney's got his first bucket in this one. LA's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. So timeout called here, the first for Los Angeles. They beat the Warriors during their last encounter in San Francisco.
And really brought an impressive physicality to that matchup, drawing a ton of fouls and, of course, went on to win it.
No doubt that's what made the difference. The aggression they showed, attacking, drawing contact. It got them points at the line and made foul trouble a big concern on the other side.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Patterson comes in for Nicholas Batum. Kennard, he's checked in for George. And it's Williams in for Patrick Beverly.
Man, Looney is so long, gets up there and flushes it.
Los Angeles leading by 11. There's 37 seconds left in the first half of the game. He was all alone on that one. Leonard's got 19 points.
You can't just stop when there's a pick set up. Gotta fight over it as a defender.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
Passes it to Patterson. Now the dish to Williams. He feeds it to Leonard. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Leonard's got the lead up to 14 now for Los Angeles. Oubre outside. Pass to Looney. Here's Wanamaker. Oubre on the wing. And he's good on the 3-ball. Oubre's got 5 points now in the quarter.
So big for this offense and crucial that Oubre can continue to knock it down from there.
And so we wrap. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, basketball fans. What a pleasure it is to bring you into the 2K studios again. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. The story early on was Kawhi Leonard, who was on fire. He had 21 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. And let us get your thoughts, big fella, on the Clippers.
Listen, Kawhi's in his bag tonight, showing how a big difference maker he can be. The instincts, the high basketball IQ, the claw, he puts his team in a great position to win.
And over to Kenny. What did you think about Golden State?
Well, defensively, they displayed what I call poor fundamentals. Good hustle, but poor fundamentals. Guys weren't moving their feet. The rotations were lackluster. Some guys made bad choices, whether to fight over the screen, go underneath.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Kawhi Leonard really has his fingerprints all over this one.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
Our second half of basketball, and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. Taking a look at Los Angeles. Patrick Beverley out there with Paul George. Then it's Ibaka. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Batum in at the 4 spot. Inside, here's Curry. Count the bucket coming off a perfectly placed assist. Curry's got 7 points. A lot of great talkers over the years, trash talkers on the floor in this league. Do you think they do it more to get themselves going, Greg, or do they do it with the purpose of getting under their opponent's skin?
And Kevin, that's a great question. And believe it or not, you see both. I've seen guys who do it to get under your skin, but I've also seen guys that do it for their own benefit. That's how they derive their confidence. And so it's about you figuring out what works for you. I've seen some guys, they don't say smack. They don't say a word during the course of the game, but they will cut your heart out. So it's just about what fits your personality in terms of making you play your best.
I'm glad you don't trash talk here on 2K, Greg. I'll tell you that right now.
No, we don't do that.
Curry gets the bucket.
3 for 3, and that's always a good way to start the second half.
And so George will bring it up for the Los Angeles Clippers. They've led by as many as 14 points. And he sinks that one, hitting the back of the rim on the way in. George has got 4 points this quarter.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflection.
You think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George.
Timeout called the Warriors. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
And he's just attacking the rim with force here. They need to try and deny him the ball in the paint to keep him away from the basket.
Jackson, he's checked in for Patrick Beverley. Curry passes to Toscano. From outside, off the mark. Clippers leading by 15. They swipe it. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And you know, you'll take what he can give you from the free throw line. Looking at his numbers, just really not one of his strengths. Shooting in the low 60s last season.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
First free throw is good. And we've seen more attention given to how fans, Greg, interact with players during the game, whether it's verbal or even physical. Is that something the league's got to keep an eye on?
Absolutely. It's all about making sure that everyone is protected and respected. You know, this is entertainment, right? This is not do or die from a life standpoint, and we don't want to have things escalate.
There's got to be some kind of barrier there. I agree. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Curry. And now here's Wiseman, the fast break chance. Here's Toscano, and blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
And that's the thing we know about Leonard. As a defender, on the ball, off the ball, he's rarely out of any play.
And the Clippers making a switch here. Williams is checked in. And George kicks to Ibaka. Pass to Leonard. Green against Williams. It's good.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Warriors trail by 15. Wiseman the pass to Curry. And again, it's the Warriors missing.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
Leonard with the bucket.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash-mouth physical basketball, guys.
Poole the pass to Wiseman. And it's off from three-point range. Clippers leading by 17. The pass to George. And it's blocked. Bobbed up there for Green.
And running with a full head of steam, but completely under control.
Yeah, you think he's comfortable at that speed. He's done it so many times before. Just an absolute blur in transition, and that helps get the rhythm going.
And the Clippers call time here.
And coaches looking to seize every advantage, maximize every possession.
Got to feel good as a coach if you make all those adjustments, pull the right strings. That's what they love to do.
Catching up on the changes for Los Angeles. Zubac is checked in for Ibaka. Patterson comes in for George. And it's Luke Kennard in for Jackson. He's 0 of 1 from the line, missing on his first trip.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
A free throw good from Kawhi Leonard.
Well, there's a quiet intensity that Kawhi Leonard brings to both ends of the floor, a defensive menace, and it's amazing to watch him just how disruptive he can be when he's guarding the 1, 2, 3, or even 4-man and messing up offensive scheme.
Curry, good.
And he's really shot the ball well, but it hasn't been contagious.
Clippers leading by 14. Nobody near Leonard. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Curry kicks to Wiseman. Outside for Curry. Off target from outside.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And looking at Curry's stats, one thing that jumps out, and it may be a little surprising, for the last 3 seasons, he's averaged over 5 rebounds a game.
Curry with it. Leonard picks him up. Again, Curry missing.
There's some defense for you. For someone who's as good at shooting the 3-ball as he is, you need a defender who's equally good at guarding against it.
That shot is off. And it's the Warriors taking it the other way. Here's Wanamaker. And that one is hammered home.
Love seeing a point guard who can explode to the rim like that.
Oh, great attitude and even a better finish.
Well, just seeking out weaknesses in the defense and then exploiting it.
Here's Leonard. It's deflected. And up the court come the Warriors on the break. Man, showing some terrific range. Curry's got 18 points.
It just doesn't matter. Once Steph crosses half court, he's in range.
Here's Leonard, and Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Williams scanning the floor. Softly drops in the floater. He's got 10.
Delicate with the floater there, up over the top. It's like Lou Williams has shot that one before.
Pascal, the pass to Curry. Over Williams. And he gets the friendly spin, and that one drops. And that's now 20 points for Steph Curry. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers. Their lead at 15 going into the break. They've been putting on a clinic in the paint. Shots are falling with regularity, and they are pounding it down low. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Oubre out there with Eric Paschall. Then it's Wiggins. Then there's Wiseman. And it's Wanamaker in at the 1. That's the Warriors' 5. And here's Beverly. He brings it up for Los Angeles. They led by as many as 18 points. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
And Bones, he stands just 6'1", but Patrick Beverly rebounds like a forward.
The fact that he's going to bring it mentally, GA, I mean, that's the huge advantage. I think if you're in the opposing locker room and you know you're going to get on the floor, Patrick Beverly is going to be right in your jock for every minute that you're going to be competing against.
And the first one at the line is good. Greg, you really began to emerge and got on the national scene at UNLV, but you started your college career at Portland where you were actually named the Conference Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, how about I actually averaged more points in Portland than in any season I played at Vegas. Totally different roles, but Portland's always going to have a sweet spot in my heart. My first child was born in the great city of Portland.
Shots good by Williams.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Passes it to Wiseman. Golden State moving the ball around. A three-pointer is right on target.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
Maybe trying to find a little bit more space and ball movement to get guys open at the three-point line.
A shot by Batum, no good. Curry passes to Wiggins, and Wiggins throws it down.
Steph out there singing a lullaby to the defense, gets them to sleep, and then sets up the teammate nicely.
Beverly against Paschall. Now here's Beverly. Defense right on him. Batum dishes to Williams. Clock at 6. Over Wiggins. Williams' shot is off.
Well, if you believe in the numbers, that mid-range shot is not a high-value shot, even with little or no defense on you.
They retain possession. Curry passes to Oubre. Back to Curry. Over Beverly. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Clippers leading by 11. Down low. Here's Batum. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, it's the golden age of point guards, and Patrick Beverly trying to show that he belongs amongst them. Great awareness on that play.
It's Curry outside. The Clippers grab the miss. Zubac has got his 4th rebound in this one. Kennard against Curry. Curry with some nice D. The Warriors have gone 3 of 8 here in the 4th quarter. Wiggins passes to Paschall. Outside Curry. The long distance 3 is buried. Curry's got 25 points in the game.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Los Angeles calls timeout. Green, he's checked in for Eric Paschall. The Clippers also making some changes. Serge Ibaka is checked in for Zubac. Leonard comes in for Luke Kennard. And George is subbed in for Williams. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard Sharon Lewis, he talked to the team. He wants them to maintain their balanced attack, but he told them they're doing a great job of finding space out on the perimeter, which has led to all those good shots. He likes the rhythm and the flow of this offense. He just told them, keep shooting it with confidence. Kevin?
Leonard against Oubre. Leonard, no luck.
Well, it's one thing to play good defense, but then to alter the shot and get the rebound, that's a good day's work.
He gets it in there. Leonard's got 36.
That's a quick move, and that's a soft touch. That's mid-range opportunities for Kawhi Leonard to cash in on.
You just don't realize how difficult it is to hit a shot that deep. And that was sweet.
Wiggins against George. Takes a shot at the elbow, and it's Leonard. That time on the assist by George. Leonard's got 38 points.
I mean, Kawhi Leonard, an MVP candidate. Why? Well, they're the reasons right there. One of the best two-way players we've seen in the past 5 years.
Another bomb for him right now. His three-point shooting might be the key to cutting that lead.
Well, he's doing everything he can to make them competitive. And by everything, I mean draining threes.
Warriors trail by 8. Wiggins outside. Another three for Golden State.
Well, and this has been their strategy throughout the fourth period. We'll see how it pans out.
It's one thing to have teams shoot a bunch of threes, but with this team being that hot defensively, you got to chase them away from anywhere near that line.
Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. Timeout called the Warriors. They're trailing by 8. 1:22 left to play here in the fourth. And now, let's take a look at the New Balance player of the game, Patrick Beverley.
And tell you what, he's worked very hard to get himself in good position throughout the course of this game. And that comes across in his shooting percentage. He's hit over half his shots from the field. And that's not because he got hot as much as it's because of the effort he put in to get himself open.
And at last, he gets a little redemption. You know, it's been several games since he's been at his best. He's really been having a tough time. So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 9.
Think about Paul George in his second year in the NBA being named the most improved player. He's just gotten better from that point. And you don't have to win an award every year to prove it.
Hands it from downtown.
Man, didn't have a ton of room to get that shot off. That's the kind of shooter he is.
And Draymond Green picks up the foul. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Oh, no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
And so both free throws are good, and it's a 9-point ball game here. And so Curry will bring it up for the Warriors. Fires the three. That falls. Nice feed that time from Wiggins. Curry's got 39.
Oh, man, the baby-faced assassin stepping up right there. Such a great scorer, and what a situation for Steph to get it done.
And the Clippers call time here. They're up by 6. 1:02 left in the fourth quarter. Leonard kicks to Beverly. Zubac the pass to Beverly. That one good for 2. And the Clippers lead by 8.
The strength from Patrick Beverly is impressive. Takes the punishment. I don't think he minds it one bit and still converts.
Outside for Curry. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Zubac. Here now the Clippers. They led by as many as 18 points. And then Leonard with the dunk.
Finishing strong. This is how you want to close things out.
Yeah, definitely putting a stamp on this one. A very, very decisive victory for the club tonight. Love his shot selection. Good at taking quality shots. Whether he's defended or open, he knows how to knock those down.
The shot by George, wide open. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's Wiggins.
And what a powerful player Wiggins can be. Dunks like this remind you of that elite level athleticism.
And he commits the intentional foul. And he misses the first one. Boy, he wanted that one to fall. And he ends up making the second, and that increases their lead to 6.
Beverly just motivated every night to get out here, to play, to compete. He hustles and wants to make it really tough on on anybody that's on the opposing side of things.
There's 14 seconds left in the fourth. Curry. Here's Wiseman. Count it.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
And the Clippers call time here. They're up by 4. 8 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. Eight seconds left in the fourth quarter, and they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul.
No choice but to foul there, but he's probably the last guy you want to see on the line.
So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game.
And you can wrap this one up. Great job to stay cool at the line and finish it off.
So the Clippers with the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Kevin. Kawhi, the points came fast and furious, so what's clicking for you?
Our offense is just rolling. Turning the defense into offense. My guys on my team are looking for me to make shots, and I'm knocking them down.
You were cooking them tonight, man. Appreciate your time. Kevin, back to you.
David, thank you as always. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Brett Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. We'll see you later.